Hi there, my name is Jack O'Connor and I'm a fourth year international business student here in the Chemie Business School at the University of Limerick. There's a couple of things that I'm going to be talking to you about today on your open day, and the first thing is kind of why I chose UL, and more specifically why I chose the Chemie Business School. For me, I've always had a crazy passion for business, for innovation, and just for learning new things. And from exploring my different options, especially within the different higher education institutes, the different colleges and the different universities here in Ireland, I figured that UL was the obvious choice, not least because I'm from Limerick myself and a proud Limerick man, but also for the range of facilities and the different elements that you can get within your learning. A big thing for me has always been practical experience. I'm a very hands-on learner and I love to be out of the classroom jumping into new experiences, whether that's through a company or a project or an organisation. And that's where the cooperative workplace education programme comes into play. Co-op is something that you hear a lot around the UL campus and specifically within the Chemie Business School. And for me, that was the biggest hook when joining the University of Limerick and indeed the Chemie Business School. Having that chance to engage with the sector and to jump in on real problems and real challenges is something that you can't really get in a lot of other places. So having that in Chemie was a big draw for me. Why I chose international business specifically was because I have a strong interest in the world around me. I grew up in a very rural village, as you can probably tell by my accent, in the heart of West Limerick. So I always kind of had that innate curiosity to learn more about the world around me and to explore new things and new ideas. And that's exactly what the international business course does when you do enroll with that. Having that opportunity to engage again regionally and locally through Limerick and the Shannon region, but as well as that nationally and globally. I've had some great experiences which I'll talk to you about later on that has brought me across the Americas, across Africa, across Europe. But having that engagement, to be able to engage with the international community that UL has spent decades fostering and building over time has been a second to none experience for me. So a big thing for me when I was making my decision as to where I would go with university is whether I'd be able to go, first of all. So I'm an access student. I'm involved through the higher education access route to education, also known as the HEAR scheme. And what that means is that's basically I'm coming from an area of socioeconomic disadvantage, and there are some additional barriers to me being able to participate in higher education. And thankfully, UL firmly accommodates any of these discrepancies or these barriers through their access program that's built in within the university. I'm on the full special rate of the SUSI maintenance grant, so again, finances get to be handled, especially, which is a big barrier for people. I know it was a big barrier for me a couple of years back when I was looking at which university I would go to, and as well as that being from a DEIS school. So I'm from Desmond College in Newcastle West, and I always wear that with pride. And having that experience as well has taught me some fantastic things going forward into third level and has given me a distinct advantage in some areas. But again, these were some things that I was nervous about at the start, especially coming in as a first year when you're finishing off your leaving cert. You've enough going on, especially when you're trying to figure out CAO options and trying to figure out where you're actually going to spend the next couple of years of your life. So having all of those things in mind, again, UL was a standout choice. The access office inside here has been fantastic. They've bailed me out a couple of times, they've helped me, they've sat me down, chatted me when I needed to chat with someone or needed some advice. And the support network from UL as a whole has been fantastic. I mean, even within the Chemie Business School, you can talk to people about academic references all the way to what you should be doing for co-op or how you should be engaging in a certain project, or even just standard life issues like understanding rent and tax and things that may not be taught to you within the second level side of things. So having that engagement within the UL and the Chemie Business School community has been fantastic for me. So a big element of my student experience has been the extracurricular side of things. As I said earlier, I'm a strong fan of just jumping into projects and just rolling up my sleeves and figuring out things as I go along. And a lot of that has come from my entrepreneurial side of things within UL, which is as the founder and the leader of Moyo Nua. Now, what Moyo Nua is, it's an international development project that focuses on improving the farming capabilities for smallholder farmers in rural Africa. And it's been quite a journey. It started as a Young Scientist project, the BT Young Scientist Technology Exhibition when I was in 6th year, so when I was in Leaving Cert. And when I came into UL and came into the Chemie Business School, I think the biggest turning point for me was having that community, and it's something that I kind of touch on every now and then. Having that community within the Chemie Business School to explore these ideas, where there are no clear options, where there are no right answers or clear solutions, and being able to figure it out together as a community, because especially what people will see and what I've started to see now that I'm in, getting more involved in the workplace and in the professional world, complex solutions require a very strong community to actually facilitate and to manage and to even come up with sometimes. And that's what I got with Chemie Business School. Now again, Moyonua has thankfully come on leaps and bounds. We've just finished a pilot program with 100 smallholder farmers in the Chikwawa district of Malawi, which is in the southeast of the continent. And we have some fantastic partners, the likes of Gold Global helping us to facilitate, Citibank Europe, the University of Limerick Foundation, and a lot of other ones, governmental, non-governmental partners as well. And again, all of that started within my collaboration within the community of the Kemi Business School. And I've learned some things along the way as well. It's it's not every day you get to chat with a CEO of a global bank, or you get to talk with the President of Ireland, or you get to talk with these other people. But all of that was made possible from my involvement of Moyonua within the Kemi Business School and integrating it within the ecosystem. Now, a lot of that may seem kind of abstract, especially now when your main priority, as I said, are CAO options, leaving cert and everything like that. But it's important to note that when you do get to college, your options completely open up. It's and having that support network and having the opportunities that the Kemi Business School provides to you, again, to me has been second to none. I know I certainly wouldn't be in the position where I am in now had I gone to any other university or any other college, which is a big thing to say, but I can stand over that with absolute conviction because it's tried and tested. I'm one story of many students, not only this year graduating and who's currently in the system, but who've gone through our alumni network. Again, is one of the best in the country, who get involved in every sector, whether it's business, for-profit, non-profit, and having fantastic sector and community leaders on a local and national level sometimes. It's having that support network and having those people that you can draw upon and chat with to work on whatever solutions, whatever ideas you have, for me, has only been possible through my involvement with the Kemi Business School.